How y'all doing today? Here I am, another day here, chilling. I hope everything is right. Here rolling a spliff now. Got the bag of ganja, man. Boom! Anyway, hey, check it out. I've been for the past I'm a year and 10 months in of being, single, like completely single. And during that time, I wanted answers, I wanted answers for what's going on, what's happening. So, with me, I had to really what's the word? Really search inside myself to see what the fuck is really going on here, like what's really happening here. So, I'm just saying, right? And the thing that's kind of like bugged out is I'm seeing shit with people who, it's funny how we want things. We want things, because a lot of reason of wanting things is based off of because of insecurities. Going off what other people think. Meaning that you need someone, other validations to feel achieved. I got my PhD, I got my degree, I got the car, I got it. And my question is, okay, and I'm saying it now because, I may get to that level where, there are things I have from, accomplishing in life. Things I can never take with me. Things I didn't come in with. Whether it be, clothing, jewelry, money. And I'm seeing what's happening, and I've been watching this guy. I'm not gonna say his name. But his initials KS. And I'm watching the women he speaks to, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of fucked up men out here, indeed. Because the women who out there who want to blame men are the ones who chose the fucked up nigga without really analyzing it. Like I know a person personally who met a nigga online, moved him in the house with her kids less than a month. And this man was nutting up in her. And she didn't find out about the nigga till after the fact. It's a lot of after the fact going on. And she really mad at him, and she kept the baby, but this nigga was been called all types of names. But I watched this, and I camouflage took part as far as I'm gonna listen to you vent. I'm gonna listen to you talk, I'm gonna explain things, and I'm gonna analyze shit. But you may think I'm on favoritism with you, but I'm not. You know what I mean? Bullshit is bullshit. I don't give a fuck what's coming from your mama. I don't care what's coming from that fake nigga Jesus. Cause our people gotta, we got this handicap shit when it comes to spirituality that, makes you think you validate something, whether it's ancestors or it's Jesus or whatever, and it's like, but the point that I'm making here is what is up with developing your internal character? What is up with working on you where you can have these nice things. You can have all this money. But I guarantee you lose that shit, you lose your fucking brain, I bet you. You'll panic. You won't know how to maintain. You know what I mean? You probably jump off the fucking building like white people do when they lose stock money and shit. Fuck the family, nigga. I lost $40 million, $400 million. I'm killing myself. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is, it gotta come to a time where we have to really analyze ourselves as far as, are we true to ourselves? With things or without things? People walk around with ego thinking they the shit because they got material stuff. And I peep this, and I see the psychosis, but I understand why it's like that, because you come from broken homes and you insecure and you think these material things validate you. And you don't. It's like a war between black women and black men. You know what I mean? I find that, a lot of black women don't want to take accountability for shit. Depending on how old they are. Me as a man speaking for myself, when I'm coming out of an over 20-year relationship, and when the blaming starts, I want to own everything. I want to own. Tell me about my shit. Tell me about my shit. Tell me about, the wrongs I've done. And the time you know me, the wrongs I did, you know what I mean? Tell me about that. But if you're going to do that, you got to talk about the right that I did. You can't favor one side of the correspondent other than the other. Fuck out of here. It's like a lot of them forget about the things you do. They forget about the good thing and they use to feed off of the negative because they negative inside. I'm watching this guy, KS, and I'm seeing, what's happening. And shit, his platform, my platform younger than his, older than his, this one right here, and he focusing doing good on it. And it's motivational because I have something to say. Based off of my own analysis of watching me, dealing with the trauma of being a quote unquote black man, I don't like the word black at all. I don't like the title black. I don't, subscribe to that. I say I'm native. What do you mean you native? How you native? We've been here for 500 years. I got grandmothers who got great-grandmothers who got great-grandmothers. Who got a grandmother who been here, or father that been here for over a few hundred years. You know what I mean? So yes, I'm a native. I'm a Native American versus an African American or black. That's the most stupidest shit I ever heard. Black. How you gonna call yourself? It's like you funny because you speak the language of English, but you don't want to follow the rules. Like a lot of us, even I say, get caught up. You say dumb things like, "I ain't got no money," or "I ain't got no, I ain't got this, I ain't got that," or "I ain't got no food, I ain't got no clothing." You saying double negative because you don't know the rules of grammar. Now, to the regular person, it just sounds normal, but to a person who highly intelligent would know, oh, this motherfucker is on some goofy shit. They just lied to me. You know what I mean? Double negative is a positive. My point I'm getting to is the word black, like that, for instance. I don't like adjective. I'm a noun. Person, place, or thing. Black is a description. So, in the word black, I don't like the word lack. I see lack, I be lack, and I don't like that, And I don't like the idea that, when it comes to white, the word right subconsciously matches with that and put that person or the subject in the light, in a positive factor. But black subconsciously puts you in the fear, the wrong, the low, the dirty. If you look the definition up, it shows you. We don't know how to distinguish the conscious and the subconscious. We don't know how it works. You know what I'm saying? As far as, regular people. We don't understand that the subconscious, there's also a conscious below that, or say above that, to say. You know what I mean? But watching what you speak, what you say, and I'm seeing these things happening where I watch other people's character to develop minds even more, to learn what not to do. And people got egos where they really think these things validate them. I'm talking about black people. For people in general, mostly white people, but it comes to a point where you must come to a spiritual puberty stage where the soul begins to awaken, the eye open up, the agita, and you can see through the illusions, not just externally, but most important, internally. The bullshit you tell yourself, the bullshit you put yourself through, right? And I see a lot of that, I lost a friend, because of a pet peeve. The bitch hung up on me. I'm explaining and complaining about my shit that I'm going to do with someone else. This person cuts me off for a word because I say y'all. I wasn't really talking about her per se. You know what I mean? Because I'm explaining to you. I'm not talking about you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying as far as y'all relations as females. She gets mad at me and say, I'm not that, da 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 da. I know you're not that. And if you're not that, why you letting it offend you? What a contradiction, right? And it's the psychosis I have to pay attention to. But make a long story short, I ain't got time for people who want to be presentable, want to be successful, want to be, better characteristics, but soon as something triggers the internal, you become a savage. You become really, weak and emotional. While taking that moment to express your pain that got nothing to do with me or anyone else you're talking to, but you want to bring it in and shit is crazy. It really is crazy. So I don't understand it all. So what I'm saying is, what's going on inside? What's really happening to people internally? I'm learning, or had to learn, and still learning how to look beyond the illusion of the physical. And how do you study internal? Watch what they say. Listen to what they say, and watch how they move. People could lie physically just as verbally as well. For instance, you can watch a person habit. They'll do a certain habit, and then without understanding a human being and the frequency of each of us is different. And for instance, you ever met someone who met somebody? Like if a guy met a girl or vice versa, he or she in a better mood, they're more happy, excited because they're thinking, they're projecting thoughts of what it could be in the future. And then now, they're having, thoughts of just imagine, he, she, this, that, and the other, so sweet, da da da. The character change. Because now you interacted with another person. Physical, energy. There's no way in the world you can have sex with a person and not pick up on a vibrational frequency where you kind of mimic the character to a certain extent. What I'm saying is, I feel a lot of us could really need to be still and stop fronting. Stop fronting like the things you accomplish in life makes you a better person when it actually doesn't. It's how you deal with shit after the fact, where I hear a lot of people say, they're a product of their environment or they've been through shit. Yeah, it shows. What you've been through changed you. You fell. Not supposed to make you worse, but to make you better. Make you more humble. They really think God is for them. The very God that allows a wolf to chase a rabbit that got baby rabbits in a den or somewhere that's trying to feed, but the wolf trying to feed her cubs. Think God give a fuck about that rabbit and that rabbit, the rabbit's offspring? Or the wolf, whether the wolf catches the rabbit and eats and be able to feed the cubs, or don't catch the rabbit. The God don't give a fuck about that. And I think a lot of us are delusional where we've been misled to think that there's something outside of us that's accountable for what's inside of us. And I think that's what the confusion is. So, what's going on when a person who claims they got it going on, you see their Facebook page, they're always smiling and showing the positive. Just know one thing. The harder they smile, the more they hurting. Because when you steadfast and cool, when you at your pure state where, happiness your birthright, where you content, there's an aura of humility that kicks in. You don't really worry or stress about shit. And you don't get caught up other people's shit because you know your peace already. And I may take a full accountability because for me, because I'm the one I gotta live with at the end of the day. When I go to sleep, I sleep with me. And I analyze the thoughts that come to my mind. Some thoughts are old in the past, and sometimes it takes me, a long time to figure something out. Sometimes I get it instantly, but when you study the experience of your past, you kind of like, you can't help but to watch how your character is changed by the experience. Some people lose themselves in the experience where they let them change, you know what I mean? And they had this new attitude, ego, where, I'm the shit, especially like, I never understood where, all of a sudden, like, now it's not about me treating you right and respecting you, as far as a female. It's more about how much money I got. And the amount of money I got what determines how much you respect me. Or how you view me. And I know that's some fucked up shit. To the viewer who analyze the person like, oh, he or she, he got money and, he dope, because he got money. I watched a video where the first thing the woman said, yeah, I found the man, he got, he got money. Not has a good character, but got money. And anybody giving you shit, yeah, of course you can call them nice. That don't mean they are nice. They might just, it's something that they want. For the most part, they want your draws. And I don't know, it's just, I think it's kind of really fucked up out here. And the way I found out that is by taking more and more time to analyze me, to take out all the little problems and bumps and little all the nonsense that leads to eternal hell experience. Because no matter what you say or do in life, no matter what mood you choose to involve yourself in, whether somebody makes you happy, mad, angry, or joyful, whatever, you experience internally. Heaven and hell is only experienced internally. It's never, heaven and hell is never experienced externally. It's always experienced internally. There is no heaven outside of self. There is no hell outside of self. It's all internalized because you experience. If you saw some trauma where somebody got popped, I said that is a trauma experience. People just got murdered. But you see that shit and you experience inside. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh. Where's that coming from? For you to say it's fucked up. It's coming from internally. So, like, imagine going through things and you're going through trauma after trauma after trauma, but you're not getting psychological help. You're not doing things where, to the point where, being still and confronting the demons that you allow to rest inside of you and deal with it. To confront it and say, hey, I'm going to confront my molester inside of me. I'm going to go back to that point. I'm going to say, thank you for teaching me what I don't want. We don't do that. So I watch people character where you see how they act. People who got shiny stuff, things, I watch them because a lot of them are, they smile like they okay, but they fucked up. They really fucked up. A lot of them are selfish, no good people. You know what I mean? Because take that shit away from them. Let them lose. Watch how their attitude get. You know what I mean? When shit get real. Like the person I mentioned earlier, it was cool for over 15 years. Before a peeve, I wasn't even talking about her. But something inside her said, hey, he's talking about you. That means she not fit inside. Something going on inside. And she blasted to me where you blacked me, you banged on me. Bam. Now, this nigga, I asked her one day. Now, every time I send money, or I ask for money, $20 here and there, and I pay her back, Here's the money back. Thank you. I've done it before. And when she lent me some money, I had some money on Tuesday. But let me get 40 now, because I want some weed. And I'll give it back to you. I've done that before. Plus a little $1 or $2 extra, right? If I can afford it. Oh, no, don't worry about it. You good with me. You always pay me back. Plus, it's all good. Anyway, Cool, sound all cool. As soon as that bitch got pissy, over a peeve, and I even knew I was gonna cut her off eventually, because I didn't like the fact that I'm working on me and I'm growing and I'm dealing with certain people, but I'm seeing the bullshit they do, and I'm gonna bitch about it. I'm gonna vent to a so-called friend. and vice versa. Now, a lot of things that was said and explained, I held my tongue because I didn't, ain't time to, to make it about me. Just listen. But in this case, nah, man. Banged on me. They got the audacity to say, hey, send me my $25. I got kids. Right there, I knew, don't fuck with her no more. Do not fuck with her. Because now you're using the kids as leverage. Wait a minute. When you sent me the money to Cash App, you had kids. When I said, yo, I'm going to pay you back on this particular day, you rejected, said, nah, pay when you can. But you had kids then. Now you all in your feelings. You doing what's the vindictive shit. Don't like that. Those are weak people. Those are weak people. They vindictive. They I want you to hurt like I hurt. Stay away from them. Especially the females. It's like that. And if she got long nails that's fake and long eyelashes, be cautious of that. That's a mentality that you may want to analyze before you stick your dick in or get involved with. I'm trying to tell you something, yo. Because, when you put time on this planet, over 30 years, you start, then the understanding of the wisdom you gain start maturing. And then eventually you get the culture and the freedom unlocked. And when you have your culture and freedom with security, you secure about yourself, the power comes in. When the power comes in, the equality comes in. You become this God present. And you have the option to either destroy or build something. You know what I mean? And then here you are, you can complete the process over and over and again. You know what I'm saying? Your life, each moment. But when someone get like that, a female-wise, or male-wise, when they get corny on you, leave them alone. They the petty ones. They're real petty. So I make these little videos here to analyze later on. I don't care if I have a lot of views or not. That's all right. I'm talking to me anyway. I don't even know the people out there talking to me. It's better than me. So I talk to me that's out there. So whoever this is for is for. But I just wanted to, build on that while I roll a spliff up. You know what I mean? Because this is what's happening out here. Like, people are bugging. Like, I understand there's a lot of intake of sugar, salt. The mind can't be functioning right. People eat more junk than they do eat vegetables. Food that's built for the body, and that affects the mind some kind of way. So I'm coming to see it because I see how I'm changing, how I vibrate. Where anyone who come in my space always talk about the peace that surrounds me when it comes to energy, because that's how I feel inside. When I do have problems, it's my own demons, and I gotta battle these niggas. A lot of time lately, I don't battle them. I just confront them and say, hey, you know what, thank you, but I'm bored of you. You don't entertain me no more. I let it go. I accept whatever loss. I accept it. Without the arrogant, just take it, you know what I mean? So, I was with a woman for 20-something years. She left me. Cool. Based off emotions. Emotions are pure weakness. When they control you. Pure weakness. A lot of times you get in debates, it becomes an argument because of emotions. Just because I don't like what you're saying, got nothing to do with what I feel about it. Somebody could say some insulting shit or disagree with it. Cool. I'm keep my cool and deal with my facts and explain myself. And leave it at that. I'm not gonna lose myself to somebody else's bullshit where they got a different opinion about something. I'm not going to do that to myself. I think that's really, psychotic. I've done it before, and when I realized how stupid it was and how psychotic it was, I worked on myself, So, working on yourself is necessary. And therapy. Something therapeutic. Whether you meditate, you go, you sit by nature, and you just revisit, reamp the shit that you've been through. And leave it alone, Just don't even... Just watch it like a movie and don't be attached to it. And learn to accept defeat. Learn to accept If you got hurt, learn to accept you got played. Accept it. Because again, when you come up from a higher level and vibrate higher, I comprehend that those experiences are just human experiences. There's a higher self called the Ori, and I'm projecting myself into third density of consciousness, the X, Y, and the Z. So I watch myself from all 9 points within the X, Y, and Z. Of the cube of existence, the cube has 24 corners, 6 sides. And I try to see myself in that cube as if I was working on a 3D program like Maya or 3D Max or Blender, you know, the plane, the three-dimensional plane. That's how I view myself as I'm building a three-dimensional object. I see myself in all 9 points to develop my character, because I'm not perfect. And I ain't never gonna be perfect in a human form, because you're not supposed to be. But maybe I will be. You know, but you have human side, you have a dark side, you know. And from the Western world, our dark side, we look to hide our dark side and not to deal with it. That's why we have a lot of problems. We can't say, we can't admit that we're wrong. Can't admit it, you know. You're wrong. So with me, I admit it when I was wrong, when I make mistakes, because it's therapeutic. It helps you. So I said to say, learn how to analyze yourself, to better yourself. It still means watching yourself. Learn how to do all that, you know, because you're on this planet, you're going to get older and older. And if you still doing things from 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, you fucked up. And you fucked up because you've been ignoring doing the proper practices to better yourself. Because everybody here fucked up in this world. How can you not be? I don't care if you had a nice house in the hills and a nice car and a good career or whatever. You fucked up. Take all that shit away, you see how fucked up you get. Go to drugs, crime, whatever, some goofy shit, but for the most part, you fucked up. So with me, you know, it is what it is. I'm about to get real creative, do some artwork. I come in here to talk to myself, to analyze myself, to better myself, because I make mistakes. And my goal to vibrate higher at 852 megahertz is to rise above humanity. You know, in so many ways. I am human. It's like my goal is to become a Dr. Spock. Spock, his lower self was human, his higher self was Vulcan. And you go watch the movie with Dr. Spock and Dr. McCoy, the old school Star Trek. Captain Kirk was the middle. So his right side was his emotional side, that was Dr. McCoy. His left side was the logical side, which was Dr. Spock. When you go watch the shit, you will see how the characteristics of each one intervenes the one in the center where Captain Kirk get caught up in his emotional side, or he get caught up in his logical side. But he's being pulled, but his decision to be neutral where it benefits everyone. That's what I'm going with my character to where, because they didn't teach us how to think. They taught us what to think. And if we knew how to think, we would make better decisions. You know what I mean? But yet at the same time, it's written in stone that we know we can't have everything we need. So we got to figure stuff out, use the brain. You know what I mean? And you know, that's what I do. I know a lot, but most important, I don't know nothing. One thing I do know is, or come to know, is to know thyself. You know what I mean? To where I can make decisions where I choose or choose not to deal with this something. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to apologize to yourself. It's okay. It's okay to make a mistake, you know. Because you're supposed to. It's okay. You know, it's okay to not be accomplished. Maybe that's your goal in life, to not be accomplished. Who knows? But for the most part, better yourself. Stop looking at other people and applying that to you. You know what I'm saying? Like when you being influenced by other people and not knowing their their internal. You know what I mean? The word character has the word act in it. So I can act mad, but I'm not gonna become mad. You know what I mean? And happiness is the birthright, such as fulfillment and success. But I think that's more internal than external. People think success is external. That's why when they obtain success, they don't feel nothing internal. I got this, nigga. I got that. I'm the shit. Da, 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 da. Got you. Well, listen. I'm done. I'll be back. I love you. And thank you for talking to me. You know, thank you for documenting this so I can look at myself, you know, and see the growth, you know what I mean? For those who watch, I appreciate it. And I'm gonna master myself. I master art. But I ain't mastered me yet. And I think that's kind of like backwards, you know. I put 30 years plus years in doing art where I mastered. You know, I could think of something created. You know. But I ain't mastered myself. You know what I mean? I still don't know the cells in my body. I'm aware of them, but I don't know them. So I got work to do. Because I've been on this planet for more than 40 years and I don't even know myself. I know I'm aware of my capability, but do I know myself? Do I really know myself to where, hey, do you know why you like this? Do you know why you do that? The best way to do that is sometimes you just gotta be fucking still. Be still and listen inwardly to your higher self. And when all the noise, the chatter in your mind starts settling, you can hear yourself loud as clear. To listen. The voice is like saying your name in your head. Say it. Say your name in your head. But analyze that when you say your name in your head. Analyze the feeling that comes with it to validate the divine truth of you experience the fact that you were speaking into you. And that what you see in front of you on the mirror, it's not us. It's all ego. I'm a spiritual being having an earthly experience. What is going on inside? Go look and see. Thank you.